Let's speak to Dr. Julian Tang, consultant virologist at Leicester Royal Infirmary. Julian, good afternoon to you. Are there reasons to be cheerful?
Um, yeah, I think so. I think what's going to happen is all these regulations will start to ease off over the next 6 to 12 months, depending on the variant that is around. There might be a more transmissible, more mild variant even after Omicron. There could be some side branches, as we've seen with beta, gamma, lambda, mu, of some different variants on the way. But the global variants, alpha, delta, Omicron, seem to be trending in a more mild but more transmissible manner. And on the background of vaccination across most of the population, that may continue. Of course, you have to say that the rest of the world isn't as advanced in this situation, so there could be some new variants arising in those populations. But we've been dealing with those for about a year now.
Have we just kind of lucked in, or is this down to the vaccination programme?
I think this is due to the vaccination program largely, but also control of variants from other countries as well who are also vaccinating. So it's not just the UK; it could be other European countries as well.
And in terms of, I mean, you mentioned other variants there. I hate to be the sort of person that raises the prospect, but just as Omicron came around and appeared to be milder, could another variant manifest that appears to be more damaging?
Like I said, there could be some side branches, some dead end variants along the way. But if you think about it, overall, a variant that's going to be milder to allow people who are infected to actually transmit the virus whilst they're infected, walking around in society. A variant that's actually less severe, more transmissible, it's going to outcompete any other variant that's more severe and less transmissible. So overall, in the long run, that mild version will actually start to predominate. But there may be some side tracks, some side branches on the way that may eventually die out, like the beta, gamma, lambda, mu variants that we've seen elsewhere.
So it should be all right to have 100 people at a party now.
Not right now. I think right now we still have to stick to the regulations, the masking, social distancing, improve ventilation, etc., etc. This needs to be ongoing until we get to that point where the variant seems to be more mild and more transmissible and putting fewer people in hospital, though.
So I should have said a Downing Street party. There is a distinction, of course, between an ordinary party and a Downing Street one, Julia.
Yeah, I can't comment on that, sorry.
I didn't think you would for one second. In terms of where this goes then, we heard a lot of talk over the last couple of years that this will end up like flu, that there'll be an annual jab on offer. Does that still sound about right to you?
So what we might see is a more seasonal kind of pattern for coronavirus COVID-19. Like the flu, you might vaccinate the more severely vulnerable patients, but coronaviruses do persist throughout the year at low level, but they do peak in winter, which is a bit different from flu. Flu disappears almost completely in spring and summer, and we get that respite, which we may not see with COVID going forward.
Julian, thank you.